Congratulations to Spain for making it to the final of the 2026 FIFA World Cup. I mean, besides this, vulgar France, you know, watch a game. I'm bound to hear Shama. But I don't come board because Bupa finals, and there is nothing but to wait for tonight between England and Argentina to see Banyan qualify chang to Pabazo Cabin finals. But Uncle Baran the tele game bulesa nan game pune bozoka spin sa control game from start to finish. And you know what the right answer to that question is Rodri or the Spanish midfield. Banansanya main difference or Banansanya key difference between France and Spain. So, in terms of attack, Spain could match boot to boot with France in terms of attack. But the main difference was the midfield. And for some reasons, the defense. Because Spain defense come out better than your best defense in the World Cup, but consider only one goal. Since tournament didn't start, only one goal. And so Belgium conducted Puga, right? But some game they were very calm on the ball. And so game man is starting. You want to game as some bang the first 15 minutes. France ko Barman you one goal in early stages but kudos to Aymeric Laporte because was making interceptions pam yendesa watch game was making key interceptions pam Dembele sa Barman no three line breaking passes share on sa prevente. But right from there the big mistake France brings an game man was allowing Rodri to scan the pitch also no Borsha. That was the big mistake, or that was the first mistake, right? And our first mistake, sorry, but first mistake was not getting the early goal, and the second one was allowing Rodri to gain his grounds in the midfield. And Ungumeka Barcelona fans, without Pedri, Spain midfield, but trust me, Rodri does what Pedri is doing, the times two, like he does it. He does the times two of what Pedri does. And that's the hard truth you need to actually listen to or you need to face as a Barcelona fan, right? Because since I've been that bench against Belgium or against Portugal and Bella, nirabo pam daya or no so kabo bench or something like that. But Fabian Ruiz brings the dominance in the final third. Pedri Botre de la Fuente. So you understand or I'm bang the reason why open bench Pedri man because stages no man you need to part on stages World Cup man. It is not about controlling the game always. It is not about defending always, or it is not about just having possession. It is about scoring, and you cannot score in your neighbor no dominant final third man. And the best are Sapaya in France defeats man. I will come to France, both in just a minute. But you have to give credits to the defense of Spain, especially Aymeric Laporte, Omin Kubasi. Kubasi also is doing a fantastic job. And so far, the praise Spain team or Spain defense but I think Laporte it is something you shouldn't underplay or you shouldn't overlook because at the age of 34 or 33 he plays in the Saudi Pro League, but yet he's making the starting 11 ahead of youngsters. You understand? Kanang they done something on bench and he prevents a lot of he makes a lot of interceptions, right? Nirbo Pam defenders Pam Kuto like assistants, but Laporte makes it looks very easy. So you have to give them their credits. The question of what was the reason why France, the question to but nyende bara mang ne bombos or France Lucy, then the answer is the midfield. Midfield and a key difference. Rodri was on his day. Fabio Ruiz was dominant in the final third. Then Olmo was also given some line breaking passes, and that was the main reasons. Now penalty Shelley Spain Nisanyama early minutes money. It was clearly a penalty. You never saw neka penalty in Sanyele. Then you should find another sport and watch because I could later one but actually football for about maybe 10 or 3 years. But how you know could start one levels and so on, you will understand that incident, man, it was a penalty. And there was no other decision than to officiate it as a penalty. Oyazabal on the day, a very good penalty taker. Enter Swama before la penalty man. All last five penalties for Spain, he has scored everything. So it tells you that he was really the right man for the job. And that was a responsibility. Unlike Vinicius Junior, when that's a penalty in my mind, you understand? But Spain or like France were just awful. So, man. But sabi meeting the European expectations, especially the attack shell Malma. Olise, Rodri Saku, silence la Olise. Kubasi for some reason over silence like Kylian Mbappe. I wouldn't call it even silencing, but that is the part of Kylian Mbappe. Until last season, I had a problem with Mbappe with that of movement of the ball, and this is to the football watchers. You will understand that Mbappe or movement of the ball sometimes is very bad, especially in this kind of games. Games don't demand high pressure, like high demands now. Or movement of the ball is very bad. You understand? Because France been try to exploit middle ma or midfield ma kabanyarri. Their next solution was to try using the wings. And at that point, kunde sanyara balls from no across the ball map box map no. Omi is cross Mbappe was nowhere to be found. But you need the striker presence in the box. Olise kuto cannot Anyan number Shama because Kala player new. Olise is only a creative guy, and even sometimes he scores. So strike and yende drop na catcher Olise be create spaces. No Olise occupy be Olise chang tedi. He cannot do it because ka Jude Bellingham no oktonang la ka Dominic Soboslai no oktonang la. So that's the big difference. And I think some among France, but to be very honest, from defense to attack. But and William Saliba Baza injury, it was somehow even a main factor to that because when you control him, but back line man, when you control it, he was nowhere to be found. Even on my influence on midfield man, Ben Melsham, but midfield man, to be very honest, was the key difference between these two sides. Albert Bay, Aji, this is to the football watchers. You will understand that midfield man, it was the key difference with two sides, man. France had a chance of playing for the third. I mean, like, please finish. And they just have to take it and actually make good use of it. Kylian Mbappe in 2019 because he's still in the race for the golden boots. And that will be a personal achievement for him. But Sama, Unai Simon, Aymeric Laporte, Pau Kubasi, and Rodri, they were on top of their games. And that was how come Spain Kapsa control the game from the start to finish.